guys, what's up? So in today's video, I am bringing you the updated version of the Cyclone CoC, and this is for the mid-budget because I understand that some of the jewels are really expensive, and I have not updated the POB because I have been playing my Blade Vortex. So firstly, I apologize for that, and secondly, this is the improved version. Many of you have been requesting it. I have actually sent the paste bin on Discord, so whoever that is inside requesting it, or you already have the copy, then you should be updated. It's pretty good, alright. The feedback that I hear from, but I myself, I didn't try it because I have not played CoC this league yet. So the whole reason this is updated urgently because the unnatural instinct price is really ridiculous, okay, and some of the stuff like the militant fate is really hard to roll, and if you want a very powerful roll like militant fate with dominus, with increase of non-curse aura, and the elemental resistance is going to be extremely pricey, right? So I have tried to improve it. This version is going to bring you all the way until high budget. You are going to be able to farm high budget much better. I'll just go through a quick one on the POB. The buy list is already updated on my Google spreadsheet, so you can just take a look at them. Alright, so this is the POB, and before I begin, I just want to let you guys know this is the combination of either the Ice Nova or the Ice Spear, okay? You can choose whichever you want. They are basically the same exact skill tree, just that the skill gems is different, which I will go through later. Okay, so same thing, I have the various skill trees from level 68 if you want to start off from the mid budget. And then level 80 and level 90, 95 will be scaling the best, and then level 100 if somehow, you know, between level 95 you're still leveling up and you're not dying a lot. So level 95 to 100, this is how you should proceed. Okay, so I'll just go through a level 95 tree quick one. So first things first, I have removed the unnatural instinct from here, okay? Even though it's really too good, but it's about, I think, 13 or 15 divine orbs now, and the price is really ridiculous. So I don't think it's worth it to use it for the mid budget. But for the high budget, unfortunately, this is still kind of one of the must-have items, okay? It's still very good. So, how are we going to make up for it? First of all is accuracy and attack speed, okay? We are instead going to scale all the way downwards here. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It will be 7 skill points to get equity. With this, we have both accuracy and attack speed. Okay, so total of 4, 4, and 6, that will be 14% more attack speed. Right, so do take note of that. There are some other small changes over here, like because I realized the energy shield is not really a lot and it's not very healthy exactly. So I have included in back the energy from within and try to get the corrupted blood version cannot be inflicted on you implicit the corrupted version, so that you do not need to have another jewel socket with the anti-corrupted blood. Okay, this is slightly expensive, so I think this is going for about it really depends on your luck who is selling it. For those of them that want to sell it quick, then it's pretty cheap. I think you can find it for like 1.2 divine to 2 divine, right? Otherwise, you can just open up another 2 more skill points for the basic jewel socket and just throw in any anti-corrupted blood jewel into it. Alright, otherwise just take this. Alright, buy the energy from within and you have tons of ES. 4.8k at level 95. This is with like tier 2 or tier 3 of the ES on your equipments. Alright, so if you have higher ES on your equipments or even double line of ES, then you are going to reach more than 5,000. Alright, this is just a benchmark for you for reference. Okay, and the rest of the tree is pretty much the same. The only exclusion that I removed was over here, the crits for spell and the crits over here. basically your Doom Cast and your Arcane Potency. These two I have removed because our crit is already at the max. Okay, it's already maximum, so the damage reduction by removing this is not really a lot because we only want the crit multiplier for it. So I remove it and basically I add it all the way here for the rest of the points, and also some over here for the flat cold damage. Okay, so this is basically the skill tree. I'll leave the rest of the levels for you to see. Okay, and moving on to the next section, the skill gem. Like I mentioned, I'm going to include both Ice Nova and Ice Spear inside now. Alright, you just have to choose which one you want. They are basically exactly the same because we are not going to use cluster for the mid budget. I think it's really expensive to find a really good cluster, so I'm just going to ignore that first, and that's why basically your skill tree is same whichever you are going to use, either Ice Nova or Ice Spear. Okay, so Ice Nova is still the same, just that over here I have changed something different. So for those of you that actually wants to switch between Ice Spear and Ice Nova, you can use added cold damage on your Ice Nova. Alright, so when you're at mid budget, you know, sometimes you want to complete your Atlas progression by your own by killing those bosses or Maven invitation and stuff like that, right? So basically you want to use your Ice Spear because it is a boss killer, right? And you can change it if you have this color socket. So 3 green 1 red, I know it's not easy, but you can use the Vorisi Benchcraft from the Betrayer League to try and get white sockets on it. Okay, so what I would suggest is basically try to get 1 red on your chevrons wrapping and the rest is all blue. Okay, and then just use Vorisi Benchcraft to craft 3 white sockets, and just I can only say you have to pray that it hits on 3 blue, alright, and not the red, and you can change it anytime you want. Okay, so if you eventually manage to hit 3 white, then this does not need to be added cold damage. Okay, let me just change this. This can be increased critical damage. It's gonna give you much more damage. Alright, a lot more. Basically, you can see it adds about 500k more damage. Otherwise, if you have 3 green, 1 red, and 2 blue, then just use added cold damage while you are mapping. Okay, this is so because when you want to change to Ice Spear, the colors are the same. Okay, you just need to change basically your Ice Nova and added cold damage to Ice Spear and greater multiple projectiles. That way you can transit into the bossing build already. Of course, you gotta change your cosplay trigger as well. For the Ice Nova, we are still using Frostbolt, GMP, and Arcane Surge, and the Ice Spear version is just changing Frostbolt to Creeping Frost. Alright, I just put it this way so that it's much easier to change around. Alright, otherwise if you have another white white socket, you can actually change this to Frostbomb. Okay, otherwise no worries over here. And then the auras, everything else is still the same. Okay, everything else is still the same. There is no change. Okay, and next is the items. The items have changed quite a bit. I am going to go through first your cosplay. I'm just going to maintain it at 12% attack speed for regardless whether is it the Ice Nova or the Ice Spear. Okay, this is for the mid budget. The high budget has no change to it. Okay, next, your Prism Guardian. This one, because if you want to get a 30 dex, it can be a little bit difficult. Alright, so I'm going to change this to 25 dex. Okay, and you are still fine. Basically any amount of dex, but try not to go below average because your high budget will need somewhere around 25 plus or maybe even 28. I think 28 is a good number to sit on. I'm not expecting you to get 30 dex. Alright, it's not worth the amount for just 2 more dex. Okay, and then your helmet, basically just go for ES helmet. Okay, find the highest ES you can, and then just throw in your energy shield for it or whatever. If you want to essence craft it, you can try. I'm not sure if there's an essence craft for energy shield, but I didn't go and search for it. And then just make sure you have a suffix and then bench craft strength and dex onto it. Chevron's wrapping, I don't need to say. Okay, this is supposed to be 10, so you have slightly more damage. All right, 5N, the numbers look nicer. And the gloves, we are actually just going to buy the incursion chill damage glove straight away. Okay, so just get one with energy shield. This is basically exactly the same as the high budget glove. Energy shield and the cold resistance plus the increased damage with hits against chill enemy with open suffix. Okay, open suffix is needed so that you can craft the 7% increased attack speed, and by crafting this attack speed, we will hit the exact breakpoint of the CoC of the cooldown recovery rate at 14%. Alright, so 7.57 is the rate to hit. Alright, and then boots is just go for ES boots with an open prefix. Chaos resistance is just a bonus there. You can have it or you can ignore it, up to you. Right, amulet, same. Chayula, presence of Chayula with essence sap anointed. Your rings, both of them is going to be the same. Okay, so basically they are attribute rings just to cover your attribute. Strength and dex, of course, with the energy shield and the open prefix. So 2 prefix, 2 suffix, I think it's pretty easy to find. Just remember that one ring has to be a resistance ring. Okay, one of the ring has to be a resistance ring. I think ruby is the way to go. I don't see any of my other items having resistance. Okay, so yes, ruby is the ideal attribute ring you want to look for the first one, and the second one has to be an unset ring. For your belt, just get any, it doesn't have to be a chain belt, okay? You can just get any Crusader belt with ES and at least 14% cooldown recovery rate with an open suffix. So just benchcraft the strength and dex, and with all these items, you will have more than enough attribute to cover for your whole entire build. Okay, and your flask, there is no change to the flask, alright? So Quicksilver with critical strike chance, Granite with armor, Amethyst with the reduced effect of curse, Diamond for your spell damage, Leash as energy shield, and then Sulfur Flask for the increased movement speed. Why Sulfur Flask for the increased movement speed? Because this is for the Ice Nova. If you are playing the Ice Spear, you want to change your Sulfur Flask to Dying Sun. Okay, this flask is not very expensive and it's really good for the Ice Spear. I think it's more or less mandatory because you have 2 additional projectiles, and this will help for not only your Ice Spear but your Creeping Frost as well. Okay, so since I'm here, I'm just going to give you a quick view. I'm going to remove, okay, so you can see actually, wait, I'm going to change back first. Ice Nova, we have a DPS of 5M, alright? So let me just show you Ice Spear, a quick one. So Ice Spear is over here. Okay, I am going to include the cosplay as well because you're going to trigger it. We have about 9.5. Okay, it's almost nearly as double, and that's why I say this is a bossing build. If you were to fight Cyrus, it's going to be very easy. Alright, I'm just taking Cyrus as a benchmark. Okay, I'm taking Cyrus as a benchmark, so this is good and more than enough. 4M, you're probably going to melt him very fast. Okay, next will be your jewels. So the jewels for your small cluster is still the same. We still need this spiteful presence from your small cluster jewel for the reservation, mana reservation efficiency. And then the change is here. So this is the change. Your Militant Fate is now going to use Dominus, but with the 2% to all elemental resistance per 10 devotion. Okay, this is the thing that you need to take note. The rest doesn't matter. Okay, and for this one, I know some of you has been asking me, how do I actually search? Like, when I purchase the Militant Fate, there is the craft to glorified numbers, right? How do I know which numbers will actually block my passive? Like over here. Okay, see? It actually blocks some of the passive. Wait, where is it? I don't even see one. Okay, it's here, one of them, yeah? Thunderous Devotion. So this actually blocks it. So how to change the number? Very simple. You just go to Militant Fate, you click Edit. Right, just scroll all the way down. You just need to search for the line with converted by High Templar Dominus. Alright, this number, just change it. Okay, change it to the one that you're going to purchase. So let's just say I'm going to give a random phone number 6824. Okay, 6824. Why is it not saved? Okay, 6824. I'm just going to save it. Okay, I'm going to save it. And you can see that there's nothing changed. Wait, what? Okay, so for 6824, nothing has been changed, I think. Unless I'm blind. Right, nothing has been changed. Alright, so even this is also not changed. Okay, so this is also not changed. Yeah, so basically this is just me showing you how you can change the numbers when you search for them on the market. Alright, so if you want to search for, like, let's say if you get 7,000, you just need to input the number and then save, and it will basically show you what has been changed over here. So you can see if it's 7,000, the center here is changed. So smite the ignorant, now it has changed. Okay, so this is how you can see it. And energy for Yuvin, like I mentioned just now, get the corrupted version with the corrupted blood cannot be inflicted on you, and the last one will be your replicas conquer efficiency. Okay, if you can get this with the corrupted blood cannot be inflicted on you, it is fine as well, but I remember it is also quite expensive, so up to personal preference. Right, and yup, that is all for the update for the mid budget. Right, enjoy guys. Okay, that comes to the end of this video. So if you have any questions, do join the Discord and I will try to answer your questions. And if you like my video, do remember to hit the like and subscribe button. I will see you in the next one. Bye.